all, good health, good wealth, and infinite abundance for everybody that you love and everybody within your family. We love you guys. I'll hand it over to Hoki.
Oh, wonderful, Melissa. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Gans, Melissa, such an amazing privilege for me being on the call with the two of you, together with all our wonderful support. I'm not going to repeat what Melissa just said and what Candace said. All I can say is, you know, I'll take myself as an example. I've got a brother in Canada. I've got a sister in Cyprus. I've got another sister in Austria. I've got a brother in Johannesburg. The fact that we don't see one another in the physical does not mean that we are less of a family. And it's the same with our GL family. If we do not see each other in the physical, we still family. And I want to embrace that. This is an amazing platform where family meet, and we sometimes laugh together. We sometimes hash out issues that we may have. We sometimes share our wonderful experience in GL and or not. We are still family after all. And as a family, I want to welcome everybody to this call. It's an honor and a privilege for me to be part of this. Thank you very much.
So just reflecting back on the last 2.5 years, we've put a lot of time and energy into our communities and what we've done. In every, everyone has had their own special role in doing that. And I find, through my own personal experience, Gift of Legacy is so incredible when you first realize the potential of what it truly is, and when you get that feeling in your heart and you just want to jump at the opportunity, and then you want to share it with the world. And the harsh reality is that the world as a whole is still not ready for gifting. I mean, there's a lot more of us than there was 2.5 years ago. Let's just acknowledge that and ask that, what are the possibilities that we can exponentialize that number? Because, all it takes is that 100 monkey effect. And then, people will just switch onto it and join. But what I've realized is we all tend to make it the source, want to make it the source for all the solving of our money problems. And although if you've got a great team and you get gifts and it is a massive amount of abundance, it's not as sustainable as what the world that we live in requires right now. We all have bills to pay every single month. And in Gift of Legacy, there are very few people that receive the amount of gifts that is required to live an abundant life at the moment. But we carry on, and when we receive gifts, we're so grateful. And hold on a second.
Well, bring those out. Yeah,
You can put me as a co-host, Candice, and I help you.
Thank you so much. So because of that fact, because we don't receive as often as we would love to, and because in the beginning it goes really quickly for a lot of us, and then there's the expectation of that fastness. And as human beings, we get disappointed so quickly, and we get discouraged so quickly when things don't go the way that we expect. But, I'm part of a very beautiful strategy, and I've been part of the strategy for just over 1.5 years. and it uses Gift of Legacy. It follows the guidelines. It's very well supported by a team of human admins. And it's just so beautiful to see how that works, because it is just guaranteed movement. And it will be sustainable in the future, but it's only a year and a half old. And I think that's what we all forget, that Gift of Legacy is only 2.5 years old. So the potential that it holds is, I don't even think it's touched yet. So, you know, Ohana is a beautiful example of the fact that the world as a whole isn't ready for it. Because if you think of the Gift of Legacy stats that we normally present, and I'll be honest with all of you, I mean, you know, the truth is the truth, and nobody can hide from the truth. And I think us as the beautiful community that we are appreciate the truth, but we can't draw stats at the moment because we just feel that they aren't accurate, because it's so difficult to actually get true stats. Because when we created Gift of Legacy, we had the thought process that people would have one profile and they would invite 2 people, and those people would invite 2, and that's how in our minds it would work. We didn't really think that people would take out multiple profiles, because we realized in the previous platform that we were in that doesn't work, because you need people, or you need profiles to move the boards. That's how it was created. So when we say that there's 1.3 million active users, we don't know how many people that is. And I find that this is a platform that requires people. So it's very, very difficult to create true stats to give you. And a perfect example was when we launched Ohana. You know, every single Zoom call that we did leading up to it and the hype, we could not gauge at all how many people would be joining on that day, because from the Zoom calls, I think, you know, we celebrated when there were 1,000 people on. I think maybe that was the highest number, maybe 2,000. And that was also with the translations, all of that kind of thing. So it's very difficult to try and figure out how many people are actually involved in this community. And then people couldn't join boards, so they got discouraged from that. Then people could join boards, and then they took too long, and then they got discouraged from that. So all I'm saying is just remember that we're 2.5 years old, and we've still got so far to go. And maybe Ohana is not working at the moment, and we are looking at ways that we can improve it. But what we need to remember is that we relied on each other to make it work, and it didn't happen. And we can't blame anybody. We really can't. You know, we just relied on something that involved a lot more people required. And I just realized personally that the way that this really works is with lineage, because then people do take part in their own rescue. But when people have to rely on one another, it seems like there's a lot of people that don't want to do the work more and rely on that 80-20 rule. So, you know, 20% of the people doing 80% of the work doesn't seem to work with Ohana. So it's very difficult to give you guys stats, because we really don't want to inflate them, or, you know, we want to be truthful with all of you, because we've always been truthful. And right now, Gift of Legacy is working. We've got things in the pipeline. We've got a list of 8 things that we've been waiting on, but there's other things that have taken priority that needed to be sorted out before he could get there. So as soon as we have more information, like I said before, we will give it to you. But we're here. We're not going anywhere. Life just took its toll on us. We all had very hectic personal decisions that we needed to make, especially with Ohana not working. and us having to at least save all the funds that were created so that we can make sure that Gift of Legacy keeps going. But as far as the three of us goes, we're on a strategy, but we've never really had a big team because we've had to focus our energy on the development and the running of Gift of Legacy. So we've had to look at other alternatives to bring money into our lives at the moment and make sure that the money that was brought into Gift of Legacy is going to be used for as long as it's available until we can figure out another way that we can raise funds for GGM. So that's what I have to say and share with all of you. And I'm sure Hercules and Melissa can elaborate on whatever they feel they would like to share. But we're here to stay. And, you know, if Ohana didn't work for you for some reason or another, I ask you to just go into your heart, find that beautiful love that you have for Gift of Legacy, and know that if it didn't work for you, it most certainly did assist Gift of Legacy and allow us to continue for definitely a few months to come. And for me, I'm very grateful for that. And we need the funds to consistently keep on coming in, you know, and we've got lots of people that have many ideas that have been pitched to us, and we've just asked for the next couple of weeks just for some time to handle our own personal stuff, and then we'll be able to get back to you and try and see as many of you as possible and give you the attention that we know that is required. But right now, we don't have anything left to give, and we really just need some personal time so that we can just sort out our things. So that's me. Herky, Melissa, I'm so grateful.
Couldn't agree with you more. Thank you. Sorry for interjecting, and Melissa for jumping in. I'm going to actually just let Melissa, for the sake of refreshing everybody's memories, just a recap on Ohana and why it was created. From my side, all I can say is that we need this space as custodians to just clear our minds as to the way forward, to see how best we can serve our community and come up with an alternative, if need be, of ways how we can see how the community can contribute to having this wonderful opportunity, riding the boards of abundance with this activity, Gift of Legacy. You will not find another opportunity such as this where you have a free ride. There's a price to everything, and GL is no different. It has a massive daily, weekly, monthly cost to it, and it needs to come from somewhere, from someone. And so we need, as a collective, to be aligned and to just rethink what a wonderful opportunity, like Candice explained it to us earlier, we all have, and then come together to make sure that we nurture, that we preserve it for years to come. And so, Melissa, will you just recap as to why Ohana was created? Briefly. Thanks.
Thanks, Herky. Thanks, Cans. So, community, we all know why we needed Ohana. Ohana was created so that GGM can get much needed funding so that we never, ever, ever have to go and beg you guys for funding at the end of every month, so that we can make sure that the website runs optimally. We are able to pay the developers, we are able to pay for our hosting fees and all the fees that are needed in order to keep Gift of Legacy alive. Hence why Ohana was created with an Ohana gifter as a gifter on each and every board, so that when that gifter becomes legend, it can receive, and that we can ensure, it was just a beautiful way for us to ensure that we are able to keep the lights on for millennia. Because let's be honest, I did not know about gifting until our precursor program that I was a part of. In South Africa, we've got something called Stokvel. I know a couple of you are familiar with the concept. So Stokvel is where, say, a group of us will get together, say there'll be 12 of us, and every single month we will all contribute, say, $500. I'll just use that beautiful amount. And each month, one of us get to take that money. So month one will be Candace, month two Adele, month three Anne. And because I'm in June, my birthday's in June, I'll say, no, I want June. And Carla says she wants October, etc., etc. However, then the precursor came around and I was like, gifting. Oh my goodness. Where has this been all my life? I'm going to be gifting a total stranger that I don't even know an unconditional gift of $100. And when I reach legend, I'm going to get 8 gifts of $100. I couldn't wrap my head around this, but I'm always the type of person that says yes first and then thinks about how it works later. I was like, you know what, let's just get into it, let's do it. And it was amazing. And then we realized that the precursor was, it was almost like, let's just say, prehistoric, hence why the birth of Gift of Legacy happened. And I'm just so happy and just so grateful to have been part of this journey from the beginning. What we didn't realize is how much effort and time and love and attention we had to put into our newborn baby. And we're almost out of the terrible twos. So I've got a lot of hope. You know what I mean? We're going into our 3rd year in January. And before you know, we're going to be racing around a toddler on playfield. And all we've got to do to keep it working optimally is just keep supporting each other. You know, keep joining boards, keep joining Ohana boards. Guys, come on. Paul, your first round is lineage. So guess what? You guys will be supporting people within your lineage for your first round. You guys will be getting to give people that you know, maybe, maybe not. If nobody in your lineage has been there, but somebody along the way you get to gift initially. And then thereafter, you get to gift globally because you get to make more international friends from all over the world. And it's beautiful. I've seen teams within Gift of Legacy. I was just invited to a Telegram group this afternoon. I didn't even know this group existed. And they were like, Melissa, come play with us. And I joined this group, and the excitement of Cole was like, oh my gosh. You know, Cole is something that was launched last year, and I'm not too sure who created the group and who was so excited and who's put this new found enthusiasm into Cole. And I was just like, wow, let us also put this enthusiasm into Ohana. And yes, Ohana was created for the community as well as to receive much needed funds for GGM, because we need the funds in order to keep everything working as beautiful as it is. I even forgot to tell Cans and Herky that yesterday I was working with the 2 developers because they need to actually do some more back testing and more upgrading. And they seem to be excited about where Gift of Legacy is going and just the enthusiasm, because I'm sure you guys have heard Herky say, we're the best. We welcome other gifting platforms because I always say that we can always learn from others. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Gift of Legacy is founded by and supported by so many amazing individuals all over the world. And I just think if all of us stick together, band together, continue to support each other, we are definitely going to be here for millennia. And, you know, like my cousin Edgar always says, listen, Melissa, it's not about us. It's about our nieces and nephews. It's about our kids. You know, Edgar and I both don't have kids, but he's got nieces and nephews that he's got within Gift of Legacy, that he is leaving a legacy for. You know, Adele and the team of presenters are always telling you guys that it's willable. You guys can put it in your will. And then I remember Nandez said, you know what, he had to sit down and realize that, wait, hang on, if anything happens to me, my family doesn't know how Gift of Legacy works. I need to educate them on it. So we need to just remain positive. And I know you guys haven't seen us for a couple of weeks, especially me personally. I've been going through a lot personally, and I want to thank each and every one of you for all the love and support you have shown me and my family. And I just want to say that, I mean, you know, sometimes I sit back and I mean, I just heard, was it a couple of days ago, that somebody that I brought into Gift of Legacy that I didn't even know of had a stroke. And I didn't know that until it was brought to my attention. And, you know, my heart goes out to her and her family. And just the fact that somebody who's now close to me, who's also close to her, brought that to my attention, I was just like, you know, 6 degrees of separation. It is just amazing how we have become one beautiful family. And we just need to continue to support each other. I see a lot of faces that I haven't seen here for a very long time. So I'm also so happy to see you guys, and also so happy to have received your messages today about your, you know, they've gone out. These are some people who've gone out and thought, you know what, Gift of Legacy doesn't work. But you know what? They've come back to realize that it works when you work it. So continue to do the work. When you put effort in, you get rewarded. If you sit back and you do nothing, guess what? Nothing is going to happen. So you need to put the effort in. I'll say something. Last year, about just over a year ago, about 13 or 14 months ago, I created a new profile and I was like, oh my goodness, I've got a vision and I'm going to move forward and this is going to work. And you know what, family, I just want to tell you something. That this weekend, I joined Platinum. Me, Valissa, I joined Platinum Board this weekend. And I had the privilege of gifting. I won't mention names because I'm not too sure if I should, but I had the privilege of gifting somebody very near and dear to my heart. And it was exciting. And then not even 10 minutes after me, or an hour after me, somebody else who's a very near dear friend of mine actually also joined Platinum with me. And guess what? They board spun. So we joined Platinum together as gifter 3 and 4. And guess what? The board spun and now we are builders. Yes, you know what? It may take another year before we get to legend, but you know what? We are on our way there. So we just need to continue doing the work, you know, and then we will, you know, I got to say this, Adele always says, one of these days, Valissa, we're all going to go to a restaurant. And you know, when you go to a restaurant and you have those SQ meals where you've got, like, you know, when you go to the wine list or the champagne list and it's got an SQ, Adele always says, you know, Valissa, one of these days, we're all just going to meet. And you know, that SQ, we're not even going to ask, how much is that bottle of whatever it is, or that meal, because we are just going to say, we're going to have that, and that. And you know what, waiter? We're going to pay for the table next to us because we have been abundantly blessed. So we want to gift it forward. So that's what Gift of Legacy is about. Remember why, your why. Why did you join? Why you're part of something so beautiful. Let's all work together to make it work, because it works, family. It really and truly works if we put in the work. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. I am very close to getting my SQ meal. And let me tell you, like I said on last month's call, I'm not going to be that person that's going to be legend on Platinum and be, oh, I don't want to celebrate my win. Let me tell you, Candace, Adele, Anne, and Hercules, Beverly, Carla, the day I received my first Platinum gift, I don't know about you guys, but I'm probably going to be dancing on my dining room table. And Regan's probably going to be video recording me and posting it in all the GL groups, because that's how excited I'm going to be. And I know you guys are going to be just as happy for me as well. So let's celebrate each other. Let's motivate each other. Let's just, I don't know, we are just so blessed and so fortunate to be present here at this time together. So celebrate each other, support each other, and remember, the more of us who support things and know the coal board and the Ohana boards, you know, people are looking at the 100 and the 400 and the gold and the platinum. And yes, we want those SQ meals, but let's not forget to support the other boards, being coal and being Ohana. Like Candace was saying, we may have over 1.3 million users in Gift of Legacy, but the amount of people could be only, let's just say, 750,000. Imagine if half of that amount, or not even half, a third of that amount, were to each of us join COL or an Ohana board. Imagine the support we could give not only to GGM or to Elizabeth or Adele or Mercedes or Franklin or Jan. Let's support each other, and gosh, smile, be kind when we're reaching out to gift, give from a place of love. The more you give, the more you receive. It's a universal law, no matter what you believe in. So just remember to be kind, show each other love. It's for free to smile, to be happy. I'm happy for our fellow custodians. I'm happy for each and every one of you on this call. I celebrate each and every one of you. So when I'm on platinum, I expect all of you to celebrate with me. Well, not on platinum, sorry, legend receiving on platinum. Let me be very specific. I expect all you guys to be excited with me. So I just want to leave you guys on a positive note, because I'm just so grateful to God for each and every one of you, for the opportunity to be here. And I know this is not a drive-through breakthrough, but this is the breakthrough that we are all so desperately need in our lives. It's possible. Like Ken says, what else is possible? Infinite possibilities. That's what I say. So yeah. And Adele, we didn't even give you an opportunity to talk. So my friend, you need to enlighten us on how you're doing.
Hey, Melissa. I think the Zoom room decided I needed to keep quiet, because at that moment I should have spoken. My Zoom froze. So good evening, GL community. And let's just think what that word community means. You know me, community means I say, buenos dias, buenas tardes, bon dia, guten dag, konnichiwa, privet, ahoy, how's it, goeienaand, sanbonani, absheni. Anybody who I've forgotten, I'm getting there. But being part of the Gift of Legacy community has taught me this. Que chévere que Adele está aprendiendo español. And I'm going to learn all of your languages, because I want to meet all of you. Community is not just a word to me. Community is the people. And community is the people we meet, the people we interact with. And yes, it's lovely to have a lineage, and it's lovely to have big teams. But Gift of Legacy is about community. And Ohana will work perfectly the way it was created to work when the Gift of Legacy community understand that me greeting you bonjour, sorry, my friends in Canada and France, I forgot to say bonjour. When we remember to greet the people around the world, the community. Yes, it's lovely to be with your friends, the people you know, but I get so much more fun out of meeting the people I don't know and learning to greet you in your language. And I might speak funny, but the Spanish community love it when I speak funny. They teach me some naughty Spanish words, and I'm not going to repeat. I call the important people big shots, and they've got another word. Edgar is not maybe on the call because he's on a beach somewhere with his lovely wife. But the Spanish community, Jose, Beatrice, what he calls the big shots, the big leaders. I will not use that word. You are naughty Spanish people for teaching me that word. I will not use it on a Zoom, but I do know what it is. But I refuse to use that word. You see, I'm getting to know the community. And when you participate with the community and you interact with them, you understand Ohana. Now, people love to call me the graphics girl or the poster lady. I was called a poster girl the other day, and I burst out laughing because I remember those magazines back in the 80s when you had the poster girl. I'm nowhere near a poster girl. Okay, so please don't ever call me the poster girl. But what I've done in Gift of Legacy is get involved and help and use my talents and get out of my comfort zone. And where I didn't understand and I didn't know, I asked questions and I asked more questions. And then I drew pictures and they became graphics and they've become animations, and I'm learning to do all sorts of crazy things. But I'm going to tell you something else that I've been working on with some other beautiful, amazing people who are helping me. You know the A to Z document that most of you have never read? Have you noticed it's not on the Academy? Because it's under construction, deconstruction, and it's about to be released. We are so ready to having it finished for you. And I think one of the reasons that many people don't understand Gift of Legacy now, in August 2024, is that some of the things in that document are from November 2022. And oh my goodness, this community has changed. We cannot talk about the nappies we were wearing in 2022 or the baby clothes we were wearing then when we are buying clothing for a 3-year-old toddler. So we have updated that document. It is current. It's got everything in it that you need. And some of the difficulties that communities have, some of the questions people have, it's because that document wasn't updated. Why? Because we're not a business. We're not a company. We don't have a full-time admin team that are paid. We are volunteers who see a job and take it up and do it. But now we are going to have a document that explains everything. And we're going to do trainings where we take 1 or 2 sections at a time. And we're going to train on Thursday evenings. Translators, get ready, because you've got quite a few pages to translate. But I can tell you, it is going to be under 60 pages. I'm aiming for 50 pages, but it'll be definitely under 60 pages. When we started, it was on 177 pages. So it's really been condensed and it's practical. And that's going to help you to invite your friends to teach people, because it is not up to us. It is not up to us, the presenters, the custodians, to teach your invitees. It's up to you. You are a custodian, just like the 3 custodians on this call. Todas somos custodios. That's what the Spanish community say. We are all here to look after Gift of Legacy. And you need to be able to teach it. So as soon as we release that document, don't you worry, there will be lots of posters about it. There will be lots of information shared to let you know it's out, and it will be on your academy. But it is then your responsibility to go and learn about it. You see, Gift of Legacy for me is not a hobby. It's not something I just scroll through on my phone. It's part of my lifestyle. It's part of my family. And these custodians, these people that I see on the screen right now, have become friends. I haven't met many of you. In fact, there's only a few people on the Zoom that I have met. But I take Gift of Legacy very seriously. And I will protect it and I will look after it. And I would love you to have the same. And when we say, okay, we need to pause, we need to reflect, the developers working on something, then let's honor that. But let's also do what we need to do. One of my new invitees came to see me with his daughter for therapy today. And I said to him, just hang in there. There's things happening in the background. And he turned to me and he said, Auntie Adele, he's very polite. He calls me Auntie Adele. He said, Auntie Adele, that's fine, but we have a responsibility. We have to do what's right. We need to do what the guidelines are telling us. He's got one invitee, he's working on finding his other. And if we can all have that mentality that it is also our responsibility and we take it seriously, then Gift of Legacy for you becomes what it is for me and for many of us around the world. This is our community. It's a real community. It's real people. We like to hang out. We like to joke. We like to talk. This is not just a place where we come and we think about ourselves. We're here for each other because this is where we build our legacy. A legacy doesn't happen like this. A legacy takes time. You plant a seed and you water it and you nurture it. And a community only succeeds when we reach out and we help others. Ohana needs to stay as a blended board. I know you all want lineage, but it needs to stay as a blended board because that is the heart of Gift of Legacy. This is where the community are building their legacy. This is where the community are saying, Ohana, thank you, GGM, for giving me the space and the place to do what I've not been able to do in my life for my family and my generations. But you need to understand that if you are participating in a community, you need to be able to greet people in their language and speak to them face to face and eye to eye and listen to them and get to know them and work together and not stand apart. We need to stand together as one. We are stronger together. So thank you, custodians. Thank you for everything. Take all the time you need to make this the place that we're going to have fun, because the theme park's fun. We're here to have fun. We're here to enjoy ourselves. And we know that you're busy. And for the rest of us, let's do what we need to be doing. And let's participate and look out for that document. Love you all.
Thanks so much.
I see Jan.
Yeah, it's always lovely to have Jan share her beautiful energy with us. Where did she go now? Oh, there we are. You need to unmute. Sorry, Jan.
Adele does not know that she is a comedian, but she is a comedian. She is so funny. She cracks me up. I love you, Adele. You are so funny. And she is so wise, and she is so giving of her time, and she's given so much to all of GL. I want to just elaborate on a comment that Candice made. And Candice, yes, in the beginning, there were only a few leaders. A few. You, Hercules, Valissa, even Jenny. And we've seen some many changes. But now we see leaders are popping up everywhere. They're everywhere. Our admin are leaders. They're the silent leaders. They're the ones that we should be giving the most accolades to. Ann Pond, I see you all the time. All the time. When do you sleep? When do you take a day off? I don't know. And God bless you, because without leaders like this, GL would not be anything. What GL has done, it has transformed our world. This was something we were all waiting for, and we had no idea that it could exist. The people are standing up. We're standing up not against our governments, not against our municipalities, not against anything. We are standing up for each other. The time has come. We are living in the age of Aquarian. And the age of Aquarian says the people will rise. And when the people rise, we will change the world. And that is exactly what GL has done. And yes, we must support Ohana. We must. Because this is the way that we will see our way through that brilliant light that just shines in front of our eyes. We can see it in the distance, and we ask ourselves, is it real? Yes, it is very, very real. We have seen what happened this weekend with Valissa coming on to Platinum, and also Nancy Hutton. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. In 15 months, this has happened. All of us give ourselves a check-in. You will work for the man, the government, for 40 years, and he will give you a pittance of a pension. You will be here with your family across this globe within a few short years, and you will see a magnificence in your life. And it will not just be money. This is not monetary. This is about a vibrational energy of people feeling, reaching, hearing, listening, and touching the heart of each other. We're all over the globe. Every one of us. Jose, I don't know him and I love him. He doesn't speak my language and I don't speak him. But together we started on believing that we had to have Zoom meetings. And many, many weeks went by. I said, Justine, let's do this. Yeah, okay, let's do this. And I thought, well, is he hearing me? Is he not hearing me? Oh, he was hearing me. I wasn't listening. But here we are, and now we're doing magnificent things together. Zinc and iron and all of our, everything that we're doing together. GL is exploding because of the leaders that are stepping up. And it's not that Candace is asking us to step up. It's not Melissa. It's not Hercules. We are just stepping up. We are all doing it because it is time to rise, people. It is time to rise, and nothing can stop this. So do not ever let your light be diminished by any government agency or anyone who tries to tell you the world is falling apart. Is anybody watching the markets? They've tanked. The markets have tanked, but not GL. GL is going places where even the greatest condors will not attempt to fly. So be proud of yourselves. Each and every one of us are in a privileged position. We have been chosen. It is our time. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. And together with GL, together, here we are. We are going to create abundance to move each and every person who has decided to come into this planet to move themselves from slavery to sovereignty. This is our time. And Candace, we are standing up. We're standing up as leaders to stand beside you in the trenches, boots on ground. We will never leave you because of something that you created with Hercules and Valessa. And Adele, we love you for every hour that you give to us. It is incredible. When do you sleep, dear one? And when do all of us sleep? Because we don't anymore, because we are so excited about this beautiful, beautiful momentum, this community of GL that we have created. And we're very, very young. We're not going anywhere. Remember, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Our time has come, and now together we rise.
Wow. Thank you for your beautiful words. I don't know how I can top that. Oh, wow. What a family, I must say. Sure. The friendships that can be formed if we just engage ourselves. That's what it's all about. Just putting ourselves out there, extending a hand. Oh, so grateful for everything. And yeah, there's people that are skeptical in the chat, and you know, you are your own experience. That's all I can say in Gift of Legacy. You are your own experience. And if you are going through turmoil, then there is a lesson in there for you, because we do not come to this plane of earth to experience just joy. We have to go through the sadness so that we can know what true joy is. We have to know darkness to know what true light looks like. So I invite you to just write something down that you're grateful for. Watch a beautiful video that opens up your heart. Do whatever you can to get into that heart space. You know your magic. You just got to find it. And Gift of Legacy, and the fact that you said yes at some points or another, it's opened up a door and it's showing you a pathway, but only you can choose to walk that path. And by sharing it with people that choose to do the same, that is how we grow. And join Ohana, exactly. Join Ohana for the fun of it, because Gift of Legacy was created to have fun. You know, imagine a world where we have so much money, we no longer need it anymore, because the energy of need creates greed. Needy makes you greedy. So imagine a world where we have so much money that we no longer need it anymore. Then how much fun would Gift of Legacy be? If we just took the money aspect out of Gift of Legacy, how much fun would it be? Because I wouldn't know any of these people that are on the call had it not been for gifting. Melissa, Hercules, I didn't know them before we joined a precursor platform, and I think we were only on that for not even a year before Gift of Legacy was born, you know, and they live in this country. I didn't know them. I didn't know anybody that's on this call. And now, my goodness, I know that I did know them. We've come together again to complete a mission that wasn't completed before. And the world is changing, whether we like it or not. I don't look at the markets, I don't look at any news, but my goodness, my reality is shifting. And I'm here to be the invitation for all of you, because we can create the magic. We are the magic. And Gift of Legacy is just a tool. It's just a tool. It's like a walking stick. You can use it to help you walk, or you can use it to hit someone. So do something nice for yourself. Find something to be grateful for, and hang on to the feeling that that gives you, because on the 8th of the 8th, we can bring magic into our lives, because there's a beautiful energy that's coming into the planet, and it comes every year on the 8th of the 8th. And it can really allow your dreams to come true if you believe it and you live it. So I'm just going to end off by saying, what are the infinite possibilities that we've never even considered before? And if things are taking time and you're frustrated, enjoy the time that you are frustrated, because it will pass. And from frustration will come satisfaction. You just got to grow through what you go through. So we love you. We will see you soon. And a very, very warm good night from me. And just so much gratitude for seeing every single one of you consistently show up all the time. Thank you for being the wheels that are constantly oiled and turning in this beautiful machine. Adele, do you want to end off?
I think let's let V and Herky say
Okay.
goodbye.
I just want to touch on what Candace said, and go a little bit further and just say, your test becomes your testimony. So what you're going through, you will grow through. But how can I always say this, it's always been difficult for me to get advice from somebody who hasn't walked in my shoes. So imagine we're a community of so many hundreds and thousands of people who've all walked the same walk and should be talking the same talk. So now that I've reached platinum on a board together with Nancy this weekend, we've journeyed together and we've arrived. So we can encourage those who are starting off in coal. You know, somebody who's in coal can't give somebody who's in silver, you know, the kind of information that they would need. But somebody in gold can give somebody in silver that information. So they understand the tests that they went through to get there. So your tests become your testimony. So everybody, hang in there. It is achievable. We are all going to have those SQ meals. We are going to have our GL cruise. We are going to meet each other. We are going to travel. We are going to give each other hugs. I believe that I believe that I believe. Goodness gracious me, I am just waiting. I'm counting down the days, because, I mean, Anne was just telling me her sister's moved to Germany, and I'm like, that's not too far. That's a Schengen visa. What are the possibilities that we can go meet her there? And then funny enough, a friend of mine was just telling me that her kids, sorry, not her kids, her nieces are in Germany. And oh goodness, it's so expensive sending little South African treats. And I'm like, well, what are the possibilities that I'll be able to send a little care package, actually not send, carry it with me to go and see my friend in December in Germany? What are the infinite possibilities? So let's remain hopeful. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. Let's wake up every single morning and say, I'm so, so happy and so, so grateful for, and list the things that we are grateful for, because the grateful heart is a cheerful heart, and a cheerful heart is a heart that's open to receiving. So I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for taking the time out, for being on the call, for supporting one another, for laughing, for smiling, for loving. Love you guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful month of August. And I'm just so grateful that I know all of you.
Thanks, V. Hercules.
Melissa, Gans, I'm probably going to repeat what the two of you just said, but just in a different way. I've often said it before I do. Jan, thank you very much for your words of wisdom and for the energy that you bring to our community. You're a shining star. I really appreciate your perspectives always and your honesty and the light that you shine on what is real. It's amazing. And that's not neglecting Adele and everybody else that always contributes. I just wanted to. But what I wanted to say is that what a force of energy we will be if we all pull in the same direction. Just think about it for a minute, let it sink in. Adele, Candace just said, Melissa, we start somewhere all together and we all push in the same direction. What a force of energy will we be? The earth will shake if the whole community just moves along the same direction. And I want to leave everybody with that thought. Also just wanted to say, it's August, happy Women's Month to all the women. You are all beautiful, you are all respected, and you are all loved. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Hercules. All I just want to say is when Gift of Legacy started, and we started our first Telegram group, it was called GL Come Unity, Come-Unity. And community is about coming in unity. And for me, I'm all about community. That's all we need. Just remember, community, community, community. You're not here on your own. We all need each other. We need to stand together. We're going to move those boards together. We're going to have those SQ meals together. Thanks, everybody. Good night. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, everybody. Maybe we can open the mics and let everybody say good night in their language.
Ottawa.
There we go. Say good night in your language, everybody.
Buenas noches.
Adiós,
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches, everybody.
Slapen is goed.
Thank you. Gracias.
Lekker slaap.
Yasas.
Hasta pronto.
I say in Polish is dziękuję bardzo.
Lekker slaap, allemaal. Lekker slaap.
Lala Gasle.
Gracias, gracias. Te amamos.
Sí,
Lala
nos
Pan.
amamos, somos equipo.
Bravo,
Gratis. Para qué bonito suena.